WINGY Boxing IFL TV in association with MTK Global. I'm here with Joe Goosen, Amir Khan getting the win over Samuel Vargas. Speak to me, how do you feel about the performance?
Well, I thought it was a great performance by Amir, and namely because, you know, Sam Vargas, first off, he's been in with two champions, and he didn't fare well because he didn't train hard. And, you know, I've seen him in other fights where he was well prepared, and he certainly has, you know, talent. He's only got a couple losses on his record, maybe 3. But, you know, look, I knew that he was going to prepare very well for Amir. I knew that. And, you know, his management went to the walls. They hired a nutritionist, strength coach. They hired his old boxing coach. They had plenty of time to prepare. And the bottom line is that he came here to win. You know, he came here to win tonight. He did not come here to collect a check. Nobody can take that type of abuse over 12 rounds unless they were extremely well prepared. They were exuding confidence when they, you know, during the press conference, during the weigh-ins, and he looked shredded. He looked ripped up. So he certainly didn't have the look of somebody that was lacking confidence when he came to the UK and we did our conference and weigh-in. So that being said, they were also testifying to the fact that they had really gone, you know, full out for this camp, and that they were in the best shape of their life. And when I talked to Sammy afterwards, he came in and said hi to Amir, and they exchanged pleasantries. He said, look, he goes, it's the first time I had a long time. When I fought Spence, I had like 3 weeks. When I fought Danny Garcia, it was a couple of weeks. He said, I really didn't have time to prepare, and I wasn't going to let that happen again. So again, you know, aside from the one shot he hit with Amir with in the second round, I mean, he lost every round practically, and Amir just outboxed him. He even said to Amir, he goes, you know, I've never fought anybody with the type of movement and legs that you have, and then the speed. You know, Amir hit him, knocked him down twice, hit him with a combo that drove him into the ropes. Had the ropes not been there, it would have been a third knockdown. Hit him with, I mean, incredible hard, blazing fast shots on the ropes in the 5th round. The referee looked like he was just about to. I'm surprised he didn't. But, you know, you can only take that type of punishment, that type of abuse, if you're in great shape. You know, if you're not, you're willing to fold and pack it in, but he never packed it in. I think he elevated his game to an impressive level, and if he keeps training like that, I think he's going to give a lot of contenders. He's a contender himself. He's got I know he's got some minor belt. I forget, maybe the NABF. And when I say minor, it's not a world title. So anything other than a world title is minor to me, but it's not a minor title. It's a hell of an accomplishment. So let me, you know, correct the record there. That being said, I was very impressed with Sammy, but of course, I'm more impressed with my guy. I thought it was a world-class performance against a guy who raised his game. He's got a tremendous record, and I think I think Amir needed the amount of rounds he got in tonight. Now, he almost stopped him in the first round, and yeah, I would have been happy with if that happened. But in the long run here, I'm glad he got the work. You know, he was off for 2 years, and he needed the work, and he got it because La Greca was only 39 seconds. So we got 12 rounds in tonight to a guy that was really, he was coming all night, and he was looking to take our head off all night. And I thought Amir just put on a fantastic performance. And I think it's just going to make him better because, boy, you shake off a lot of the ring rust. You get the rounds in. You got to look, when you're off for 2 years, you have to relearn the game a little bit, you know? But when you constantly get in the ring, constantly fight, and then you have a fight that goes some rounds, it's really good for a fighter. It's not good to catch a right hand and go down in the second, but that happened. He got up strong, recovered quickly, you know, and that's a testament to his training because he ran 6 days a week for 10 weeks, and we did a lot of rounds, a lot of sparring, a lot of floor work. And it paid off. Like I asked him, I said, would you have wanted to have done one less day of running? He goes, no. You know, because when you get up clear-headed and on strong legs after you take a right hand like that, you know you did the right thing training hard. So,
what did you tell Amir when you
pardon?
What did you tell Amir for that second when he got knocked down? What specifically did you tell him?
Well, I told him, I said, look, you were doing the right thing in the first round. Basically, you were moving a little bit and keeping yourself as a moving target. I said, you just set up in front of him and stalled out. I said, you can't do that again. You got great legs, use them. And I said, you'll be able to use your speed and catch him with combinations, and he did, and we did it throughout the whole fight. I would have liked to have taken Vargas out if we could have, but then again, if you push too hard, this guy was still strong all night. I say, put on a boxing performance, and if the guy, if he's not falling with what he was getting hit with, well then let's just keep doing the boxing and winning the rounds. And that's exactly what he did. Do
you have any concerns with Kell Brook? Because he's a sharp puncher, but he sort of fights in tight, compact punches. And if he catches Amir, are you concerned? Because
well, you saw Amir catch Sammy Vargas with a lot of tight, compact punches.
Yeah, okay? I see what you're saying. Yeah.
These guys aren't just one-trick ponies. They're capable of throwing short, hard punches, uppercuts, body shots, long distance, angle punches. They're exquisite fighters. So, that's the thing. Who's the better fighter? Who's got, more tools in the kit? And it's hard to argue the fact that Amir Khan doesn't have a lot of tools. He's got a lot of tools in the bag. But conversely, Kell Brook, I said it the other day before this fight. I said he's a tricky, cagey fighter. He went, I think, 10 rounds with Spence. Spence is a left-hander too. It makes it infinitely more difficult. So, Kell Brook did some really nice counter punching and sliding in real cute shots. He's no dummy. He's a real clever fighter. So, look, at this level, everybody can do harm to everyone else.
Yes.
And it's like any other sport. You think, this team is going to win tonight. I'm a baseball fan. And all of a sudden they start hitting home runs off the number one pitcher. You go, what happened?
Yeah.
Had a bad night. But there again, they have 160 games a season. You only get one shot.
Just say one shot.
Yeah.
What's the most dangerous fight, Pacquiao or Kell Brook for Amir?
Well, I think they both have their, inherent dangers. You could say that, Kell Brook hasn't really fought in a while. He's sustained a few injuries. He's a 54-pounder. He'd have to come down to 47. These are all things that are kind of detrimental to one's skills and, prowess. So, on the other hand, Manny Pacquiao looked like, when he got beat by Horn, that it was probably the end of the line for him, that he had lost his mojo, so to speak, and that he had lost his timing and his rhythm and just looked like he got old in that fight. Now, a lot of people thought he won it, and I'm not saying, I'm not sitting here trying to judge who really won that fight. It was a close fight. But I think the change of trainers for Manny kind of gave him a new lease on life, because he looked really viable. He had bounce to his step. He was punching very crisp punches. Mathise, I think, knew right away that he was in big trouble with this rejuvenated Pacquiao. He didn't look 40 to me. He looked like he had recaptured some of his youth. Now, one might say, Mathise has seen better days. Yeah, well, he might have, but he was dispensed as such by Pacquiao. He wasn't ever in the fight, Mathise. But if you have an eye for the game, you could tell there was something better about Manny Pacquiao that night. No matter who would have been in the ring with him, I think he would have presented himself as a kind of a rejuvenated fighter.
You've been doing this for a long time, Joe. I've lost count of the amount of champions. Do you still have the same love for the game?
Oh, are you kidding? I left my wife and my kids and my grandkids for the Le Greco fight. I stayed here for a month. I was in San Francisco for 5 weeks. I left my family for over a month. sitting in hotel rooms, doing running in the morning, gym in the afternoon, strength training later. You know, it's not like you're eating a lot or sleeping a lot. You know, for this fight here, we were here for 2 weeks. We did 10 weeks in the camp. I really, even when I'm doing a camp back in LA, it's not like I'm socializing with anybody. By the time I get out of work, drive home, it's time for dinner and putting my feet up and watching a little TV before I hit the sack, and then repeat it the next day. Yeah, I love it, because if I didn't, I couldn't keep up with that schedule. There's a certain trigger when you get a real fighter too, that can, you know.
It's like a rejuvenation, isn't it? Is that what you?
Pardon?
Like a rejuvenation.
Well, no. What it is, it's just like they call it, a shot in the arm. You know, right. You got another project ahead of you.
Right.
And I like getting new projects, and it's you know, so I'm in all the way on this, all the way. And if we have to go to, you know, the wherever the Jungles was, he had to do that show. Yeah. I'm willing to go there to do this training, whatever it takes to win.
Joe Goosen in the Celebrity Jungle?
On the other side of the
camera. On the other side of the camera, yeah.
There you go.
Joe, thank you for giving me your time. I really appreciate that.
It's no problem.
Thank you so much for speaking to WINGY Boxing IFL TV, and we'll catch you for the next one. Thank you.
Thank you.